new on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new Connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at CuriosityStream.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to the J360 Mini Bites here on J360 Radio, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it.
Jammaversary mode.
Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? How are you all doing? This is J-Man, of course, and welcome to a new week, and this is the second week of Jammaversary, number 2. And I'm going to tell you this is going to be lit. Yeah, I know we had a couple of stumbles in the first week, but I'm going to let you know that I starved out my distractions. I had to regroup. I mean, a lot of things went crazy, like my computer, for one, went on the fritz, and then, certain friends of mine went on mood swings, and then, other drama going down. I just want you guys to know this, alright? There are times where being a content creator, the road is long. And then there are times where it's nobody cares. And then, you don't see, people really responding to things. And you see, people are happy about it half the time, but other half of the time, no, they're not there. And then there are times where, you have to start making hard decisions, and you have to make choices. And you have to really look at the life you're leading and the circles that you had. And for a while there, I kind of felt it, you know what I mean? Not to the point where it's a downward spiral, but to the point where I was like, what's the story now? You know what I mean? And you see, there are times where, you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah, sure, this is Pride Month and all that stuff, but, at the end of the day, some people aren't really about that as much as you think that they are. Sure, they'll go ahead and they'll show up when it's time to virtue signal, but in the realities of the thing, when the stuff is not in play, you know what I mean? Are you still about it that much? And me standing here, I sat there and I thought about it. I really heard a lot from that person that was doing the mood swings. I really seen a lot from people's actions. And, words are one thing, but actions dictate a lot. And I thought to myself, where am I at? But then I realized something, right? This is me in the current year where everybody complained about not going out. Now they're going out and stuff is happening all over the place. I'm in the time where people are complaining about gas, even though gas had a surplus for the 2 years that nobody went anywhere. So you mean to tell me that, we're in a recession now, as they say it, but at the same time is they had gas hoard all around Texas and California and all that stuff. So we have oil. And if anything else, you mean to tell me all of this cluster fudge here is because of Joe Biden? No, I don't think so. I live in this time. I live in this time where people point fingers and they don't take responsibility. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm responsible for my life and I'm responsible for where I go. And the truth is, I also look back on a lot of the stuff from my past, like what got me to this point to do Jammaversary. Because you know what? I created J360 Jams. I created J360 Jams originally as an extension to the J-Man Show, which, by the way, you should respect that show, because if there wasn't for a J-Man show, there wouldn't be a Jams. And the thing about Jams is a party. Jams is for us to hang our hats and have a good time. And then there were people in the chat room didn't appreciate anything. And then there were people on the outside don't appreciate nothing. But you see, the thing about it is, you let it slide for a little bit, but then you got to start saying something back. And then you got to start really letting people know, have a good day and all that jazz, but it's not going to happen here. And then people start comparing your shows unfavorably to other shows out here, which at the same time, I always think this: if you got Night Ride FM floating around, let me tell you this, then J360 Jams needs to be here too. If anything, they could be the Mellow Yellow, we could be the Mountain Dew. That's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? My shows have a right to exist like anybody else's. They're all under the umbrella, and it's like this. Some of y'all say you have a hard time keeping up. Well, maybe you should be real fans and tune in. But then I also realized all of the strides that I went through to build J360 Productions in general. I had to deal with lazy people. I had to deal with people who try to do a free rider program. I had to deal with people who pretty much weren't about the work, but they were about the fame. And truth be told, I cut them out of it before the fame ever got here, because I'm not paying for stuff like that. And then one of them couldn't take no accountability for his actions, but I called him out on it. Got rid of them a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm a leader. And I know who I invest in. And I know eventually I got to start paying. And the truth is that, you know what? I don't do free work anymore. I don't do S and giggles. This is my job. This is the project. In addition to being a better me. And the truth is, I've always been pretty damn good anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really had to look back at all the stuff that led to this point. But at the same time, I'm like this. I remember my days without college education. And I still did quite a lot of material. And then I think about my time at Wilmington University, and I busted my ass and got a whole lot of things done. Like, you know, one of my parents wasn't favorable about me going to college, by the way. You do realize that. But I went anyway. But I knew I had a goal. I knew I had a dream. I knew I had things I had to do. And I'm going to build that goal in that dream. And I had to do it by myself. Nobody was going to do it for me. Nobody was going to put in a damn good word for me and all that other stuff. No recommendations or anything. You know what I mean? And then I go ahead and I try to build Jam's TV, which I am building, by the way. And then somebody in the Jam family, even though they've been on I guess they get amnesia every time, like, the show floats around and stuff, because they forgot that they've been on the show 5 times. But then all of a sudden they asked me a question like, hey, what you gonna do with the music video? And I'm like, what are you, a stupid jackass or something? He's lucky I didn't call him that, because I would have happily dissolved the partnership right then and there. Because the thing about it is, it's like, what would I do with a music video, guys? What would I do with it? You know, don't ask me stupid questions. Like, really start using your brains and start figuring things out. It's Jammaversary. This is June. You understand what I'm saying? I've been talking about it for like a year and a half now. And I think that person sent me a music video, but good luck getting it played on Jam's TV, because I think we're booked solid. And even then, you know, I don't want to get to that level where I have to start snubbing people. But it's like, you know what? At the end of the damn day, you didn't care about it in the the pre-game plan. Why would I want you to play on the field? You get what I'm saying? So when you start thinking about it from time to time, yeah, the neighbors are having a party. But when you think about it from time to time, all the stuff that led to this was for good things. Jammaversary is here because it's all of us celebrating 2 years of producing J360 Jams. And it shouldn't always be about the bad things that happen or the arguments and all the beefs and all the behind-the-scenes drama. It shouldn't have to be all about that kind of stuff. It's all about us, you know, hanging our hats. Summer is here. Remember, like during the winter months, that's all you ever complain about, especially here on the East Coast. Think about it. It's summer. I get it. We're all going to have a good time. And then, like, you know, some people tell me, hey, seems like the numbers have gotten low. The post-game numbers always are huge. Yeah, I get that. You know what I mean? But I also realize this. Even though sometimes it can be kind of envious, even though sometimes it seems like grass is always greener and stuff, I ain't missing shit. You heard me. I ain't missing a damn thing. From the way things are, you guys are out and about, but you still find stuff to complain about. A lot of y'all still find excuses. A lot of y'all are not living to your fullest. A lot of y'all have all these other hang-ups and all this stuff. Things have gotten even more complicated because that's the label you slap on it like a Band-Aid instead of just, you know, hey, let's solve the problem. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to say, fuck all that. I'm running the program. I'm doing the show. I'm doing what I got to do. Regardless of who's in my life or not, regardless of anything else, I'm still running J360 Productions, and I'm not the worst person in the world. I've seen a lot more shittier creators out here. You know what I mean? And just because I have an opinion about things doesn't mean overall that's my end-all, be-all. Some of y'all go to the absolute value and miss the whole point. The thing is, there are some parties I don't go to, and most of the time it's usually because I'm running my own party, and I did a great job the first season. I love the first season of Jams. Second season of Jams had a little bit of its problems, but here's the thing. Push come to shove, I'm going to win the overall thing because I make the final decision here. Do you understand that? And the final decision is, guess what? We're going to have a party. The rest of the month is all for Jammaversary. All J360 shows are going to be celebrating it. We're going to go out with a bang, and we're going to have one hell of a good time. And you know, regardless of if I got to do this by myself, fine, I will. I did the Monster Fest by myself. Why the hell not? You understand what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for how J360 TV is going to turn out. Man, I got stuff locked in so good, you'll have to stay tuned and be amazed. I'm not going to stop doing the things that I love to do and to go and get hard because I share the world with a bunch of self-serving, narcissistic, shitty-ass people. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean this. I'm not saying that there ain't no people in my inner circle that are great, I mean, lots of them are. And this really has nothing to do with a lot of them. But there are quite a lot of people that, you know, are going to get cut out of my life. And I'm going to tell you that right now. The captain is making some changes to the crew. And that's just the way it is. And it has to be done. Because the future's right there. The next level's right there. And if you're not going to follow me to it, well, you can go do whatever the hell else you want to do. But I'm not looking back. I'm going for all the things that I said I was going to do. I'm going to win this year. I'm going to win next year. And then I'm going to win all the other years until it's time for me to die. Got it? Not keep in mind, I'm not going to say time to go. I'm going to say time for me to die. And that's all I got to say about it. But right off the bat, though, I'm ready to go ahead and make this stuff happen. And Jammaversary Facts is that, guess what? This is our time. And those of you in the Jam fam stroking your egos, upset about some sort of woke comment or some anti-woke comment that I might have said, well, you know, get the hell over yourself. Life's too damn short and it's not going to matter in the long run anyway. You know? So it's time to go ahead and have this party while we're here, while we're young, and while we're going to have a great time. And remember that call sign of, you know, Jam fam forever. That means something. And then when you guys trust me enough to play your tracks, that means something. So let's do this right. Let's finish strong. And then maybe we'll get the hell out of each other's way at that point. Because I always like to think everybody's going to get what they want. Or more importantly, what they need. And a lot of you guys that probably need J-Man in your life, well, you know what? You got them until you fuck up. Got it? So we're going to go ahead and do this right. And yes, if my cousin's turning you off, once again, that just proves me right. Do you understand? But we got this, and I'm going to be 100% real with you, as I've always been. Now, let me go ahead and get into your schedule, because, you know, as you know, that the Jammaversary 1 playlist dropped on Monday. So you got more of those to look forward to. And then, you know, mini bites are going to be here for the standard of things. The J-Man Show is going to be playing single track playlists. And then, of course, you know, you got like the top 3 Jams episodes that are happening this time, in addition to the 2 premieres of Jams TV. So you got quite a bit to look forward to. And where does Hangouts fit into it? Don't you worry, I got that all figured out for you. So you just have to stay tuned to what goes here at the J360 Network. But, that being said, though, let me go with your schedule this month. I mean, not this, well, that was your schedule this month. This is your schedule this week. So you got the mini bites happening now. You got the J-Man Show happening tomorrow at 10. I wanted to do it early tonight. And then you got, like, J360 Jams 48 happening on Friday, which, by the way, submit your track submissions, 2 tracks, by the way, by Thursday. It's got to be by Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Adjust for time, do what you can, but please make that deadline if you can. And there's still plenty of room, by the way. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys bring up. And if you want to make stuff just solely for the Jams event, it's entirely up to you. I'd love to see it. I remember some of y'all doing it. Another thing is, we're going to work on getting more hotline calls around here. So that number that you see on any of these flyers, that is the hotline number. So feel free to make calls, leave voicemails. Let me know how you like the show and all that jazz. That would be really cool. And then while we're on the subject here, Jams TV. The first episode is happening next Friday, so this is what I want you guys to do. Send me your video submission, 1 video, by the way, on Saturday of this week. I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to leave like that one a little bit lenient because it's still kind of new and experimental. So let's say Saturday by 9 p.m. Eastern. That would be like the cutoff point. And then we'll see like how many we have. And Jams TV should be pretty stellar with what I got going on for it. So I want you guys to know, like, it's not 100% like I'm against things. It's not like I'm just speaking out, like saying like I have a problem with everybody. But it's like this, you know what? I know where I stand at, and I know what I've been building for the last 2 years if you consider Jams. And I know where I started from and where I'm going to. And if you guys are not going to be there in the end game with me and stuff like that, that's fine. I don't give a damn. But I do give a damn about the stuff that we made and how we got to this point. That's what I care about. And then I care about the future, but the thing is, I have to build it. And I might have to do it by myself. So I'm good with it. Not. Oh, by the way, just in case a certain missus is listening, you're not going anywhere. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about staff. No. But you know, once again, you got to play this game 5 times stronger and smarter. And that's just the way it is. But until then, though, it's time for me to get up out of here. Happy Jammaversary to those that are celebrating it with me. And let's just go ahead and give him one hell of a show, okay? All right, J-Man out.
New on Curiosity Stream,
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.